Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OP Jellicent and we're battling for week number 5 of season number 7 of the WPL up against Chessben and his Rio Rufflets. This is definitely a very big game. We're both coming into this game with a 3-1 record, so whoever wins this one gets to move on with a 4-1 record, so definitely got to try to make sure that's me this week, of course. So let's quickly go over team preview before we hop into the game, of course. We have quite a few unique sets this week, as you guys will see, but our first turn right here is just a taunt 3 attacks Tornadus T with Darkinium Z. Actually, we have Darkinium Z, which could be a good way to break through the Mew and the Slowbro. Obviously, if it is Assault Vest Slowbro, which is something I might have expected, like a Fizz Def Assault Vest Slowbro, it could still eat my Darkinium Z and then switch out and get Regenerator health, so I do want to be careful about that, of course. But if it is AV Slowbro, then it can actually not run a recovery move, so that could definitely be good for me because its only recovery would be Regenerator health. But yeah, pretty much it's primarily for the Mew, of course. And then we have a Rock Shukaberry Cobalion right here with a Volt Switch and HP Ice. Obviously, this can act as a Garchomp lure, but it's also a pretty safe switch into the Deontay. We can take 2 Moonblasts as my investment, and of course we can take an Earth Power due to our Shukaberry, so I like that. And then of course we have Flash Cannon on there to be able to hit that pretty hard, but primarily I want to try to get up Stealth Rocks with that thing. Then we have 2 Sub-Combine users as our next 2 Pokemon right here, Sub-Combine Raku and Sub-Combine Mega Deontay. Our Raku's coverage is actually Thunderbolt and Hidden Power Ice. Pretty standard coverage against this team right here. Pretty much hits everything. Obviously, I do have to be careful about Resist Berries, potentially on the Garchomp, Slowbro, and the Serperior, with the Hidden Power Ice and the Thunderbolt, of course. But Sub-Combine Drag can actually win this game pretty easily. I just got to try to scout out his Choice Scarfer and get rid of that, and make sure that Serperior doesn't get too many boosts alongside me, of course. But I'm definitely hoping that can win this game. Then Sub-Combine Deontay right here is actually just running Sub-Combine Moonblast and Earth Power. He had a potential Klefki, so I figured he may want to not run Steel-type coverage on that. I could potentially sub up and then start Calm-Minding, and that could get very scary for him. But right here, it's just a pretty good check to the non-choice Scarf Garchomp if he's not running Scarf Chomp. Got to be careful about the Resist Berry, potential Roselli Berry on that too. And it can also potentially 1v1 the Slowbro and the Mew if I can get some Calm Minds up before they come in. Then our next Pokemon right here, our Silvally, is actually a Fairy type Silvally, and it is very important to this match. It's pretty much my best way of dealing with the Hitmonlee. As long as Hitmonlee is around, I do need to keep my max HP, max defense Silvally Fairy around. And other than that, it can definitely help out with Garchomp too, but Garchomp can carry something like Z Iron Tail, or even just +2 Iron Tail could knock me out, so primarily for the Hitmonlee, but if we get rid of the Hitmonlee, I can play it more recklessly against Garchomp, which could definitely be very good. And then finally, our last Pokemon right here, which I'm really looking forward to use, is actually a Choice Specs Zygarde. I figured he would pretty much want to use like a Fizz Def Slowbro, so to switch into like 1000 Arrows or 1000 Waves or whatever. And Choice Specs Core Enforcer and Draco Meteor, both 2 at KO that thing, so that's very great. And our other move is just Earth Power for the Deontay, of course, and we're also checking Screen Speed right here just because there wasn't really another move that made sense. I was thinking about running Sludge Wave, but Draco Meteor just hits the Serperior very hard anyway. But enough of team preview, let's just go ahead and hop into the game right here. So I get the lead matchup right, as I'm going to lead off with Cobalion on the Deontay. I don't want to predict turn 1, I just want to go off his Choke of staying in, and I just throw off a Flash Cannon on the Slowbro. And right here, I'm actually going to go for the Volt Switch. I guess maybe he was expecting a Raku to come in on the Slowbro, and he wanted to try to catch me with the Scarf High Jump Kick. You guys will see that this is actually Scarf Hitmonlee coming up right here, so I guess that was probably his plan right there, but I get a Volt Switch out, and now I can bring in whatever I want. I know my Zygarde can take a hit because Hitmonlee does not get Ice Punch, and I'm really not expecting him to go Deontay right here. I figured he'll either stay in and click High Jump Kick, or he'll go out into its physically defensive Slowbro, so I'm of course going to go ahead and hit that Core Enforcer right here. He can take it if he's AV, but he is obviously Choice Scarf right here, and this right here is very big. He misses the High Jump Kick, and I'm going to be knocking him out with Core Enforcer right now. So Hitmonlee goes down, and that really sucks for him because he would have done over half to me, and now I'm still out of range of everything on his team. I can take hits from Serperior. I guess if he's like Icy Z Mew or Dragonium Z Garchomp, that could be bad, but as you guys will see, I'm able to Core Enforce this slow run because he missed. I'm actually able to take the Ice Beam, of course, and right here, I know he's going to go out into the Deontay, so I just double out into my Cobalion, and I'm just going to throw up the rocks right here, knowing he's not going to stay in, of course, as we're able to get those up, which is cool. Now I'm just going to Volt Switch out, get some more chip damage on this thing, and bring out my Tornadus on the Scald, and he doesn't burn me, but I'm running a fully special set this week anyway, as I'm just going to make the safe play right here and go for a Dark Pulse. I didn't want to predict the Deontay. I was thinking about putting HP Steal on this, but I really liked the taunt coverage, so I'm going to go right here for the U-turn, of course, just trying to get out. He's going to reveal Protect for leftovers, as I'm just going to U-turn anyway. and bring in my Cobalion once again. Now, right here, I kind of have to get the series of 50-50s right with my Cobalion to stay ahead. He does, as I said, I can take 2 Moonblast with my Cobalion due to my investment, and I can 2-hit KO him with Flash Cannon right now, so... Right here, once again, I'm just going to play off the choke as he's going to switch out into his Mew this time. And I believe I just go for the Flash Cannon once again. Yeah, I could have Volt Switched, but I really did not feel the need to make that play right there. As I'm going to Volt out here, as I'm kind of expecting like a Roost or some sort of Fighting type or a Ground type move to come out, as he does reveal the Aura Sphere. So we're able to get in safely. And right here, I was really expecting him to switch out, scouting for the Z move, but he's going to stay in, and I have to U-turn out right here, of course. Now, I have to figure out what I want to switch in right here, as I'm actually going to go ahead and bring out my Deontay, because it's not Mega Evolved yet, and I can definitely try to take this on right now. So, right here, I kind of make a little bit of a misplay right here. I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve and hit up the Calm Mind right now. And this Deontay has a move, which I actually had no idea that Deontay got access to, which is Gyro Ball. So, luckily I actually clicked Sub to scout for what he wanted to do, and I saw the Gyro Ball, instead of just attacking and getting knocked out right there, which is definitely good for me, but obviously I can't stand right here. I know he's going to Gyro Ball again. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring in my Cobalion once again, which I could take the Moonblast at the range, and I also have the Shika Berry for if he clicked Earth Power, as this time he actually decides to stay in and click Moonblast, and he actually gets a lower roll. Last time he actually did like 46, here he's going to get the 41 roll, so we're in range of rocks now if he ever gets those up. Here he's going to go right for the Protect on my next Flash Cannon, and once again, I'm just going to keep on clicking Flash Cannon. I really don't want to give this Deontay a chance to do too much, so I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon here. And right here, I could have HPS predicting Garchomp, but I really just want to play safe with my Cobalion. I'm ahead right now, so I have no reason to risk anything. So I'm going to try to Volt out once again. He's going to go out into the Garchomp, and of course I have the HPS, but I didn't click it right. They're going to go for the Volt Switch, and he's going to, of course, go back to the Slowbro to get that Regenerator health. I go for the HPS right here, and I believe I got the play right this time, and I'm able to go ahead and just Volt Switch out on his switch, not to Garchomp, which is cool. He goes to Serperior. Now, I could have gone Tornadus here. I actually do go Tornadus. I go Raikou later, actually, so let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to go ahead and actually miss my Hurricane, as you guys are going to see. Jumped kind of ahead right there. I thought we were at a later point, but I missed a Hurricane, which means this Dark Sea is actually not going to knock him out, which means if he roosts right here, I could actually be put in a bad spot, but he's actually, he showed that he didn't really fear the Z move last time, so I figured he may just try to attack right here, as he does go for the Ice Beam, does below half, which is cool, as I can go ahead and just pick this off with a U-turn right now. And right here, this is where I bring in Raikou, because I know he's going to go out into Serperior if I bring out Deontay, Cobalion, or Zygarde, or even Silvally, so I wasn't sure whether it was like Choice Scarf Superior or not, and I really did not want to risk like missing a Hurricane with Tornadus. I do have Heat Wave, of course, but I didn't want to risk that missing either. So I got here into my Raikou, which I figured was not as much of a win condition as it might be. He still hasn't revealed the item on the Garchomp, so it could be Choice Scarf, as he goes for the Leaf Storm right there. It does 34, and with my leftovers, ideally he would get a lower roll right here, but as you guys are going to see, I'm going to go for the HPS, bring him down into range of everything, as he's going to go for the Leaf Storm again, and he's actually going to get the higher roll this time, so kind of unfortunate, but thankfully I'm actually going to bring out my Zygarde, and I do tech that E-Speed this week on the special Zygarde set, so I'm able to knock this out without having to risk accuracy on my Torn, which is cool. He's of course going to bring out the Garchomp and click Dragon Claw this time. I reveal my Silvally type at last, as he's forced out right here. I know he is. I'm going to go for the U-turn, of course, and right here, I know at 46% he's actually in range of my Zygarde's Earth Power based on the Core Enforcer damage earlier, so I guess he's going to expect the Core Enforcer here, or maybe he just wanted to sack Deontay, but either way, I'm able to Earth Power right there. Here he's going to bring back the Garchomp, and he said he actually managed to hit EQ right here, but he's actually going to misclick and click the rocks. Now, I am a max HP, max defense Silvally with Bold Nature, so, or actually it might be a minus Spidef Nature, but either way, the roll on EQ was like 30 to 35%, so I definitely would have been able to take it pretty well, and I would have been able to take an EQ into Iron Tail if he had that, and you guys will actually see he has a Resist Berry later in this game, but I know he's switching out, going to go for the U-turn once again, bring back in my Zygarde, and just fire off a Core Enforcer, of course, pick up a knockout right here, as I'm able to go ahead and go for the Core Enforcer, knock out the Slowbro, so that's, I believe, Zygarde's second or third kill this game. It knocked out the Hitmonlee and the Deontay and the Slowbro now, so that's pretty cool. I decided to stand right here because if he's actually SD and I missed my Hurricane with Torn, that could be a choke if he's a Roselli Berry to take my Moonblast, which he actually is. He told me after the match he was a Roselli Berry Garchomp to help out with my Deontay, but he's able to knock out my Zygarde. I'm going to go out into Torn right here. This right here, I'm actually going to go for the Hurricane. I do thankfully hit, but had I missed that, it wouldn't have actually made a difference because as you guys are going to see, he goes for the Dragon Claw, and I am able to live that, and if I missed that, I could have just gone for Dark Pulse, and I would have been able to knock him out with Moonblast through the Roselli berry, of course, because despite the berry, Mega Deontay is very strong, and since he didn't knock me out, I can just knock this out with the Dark Pulse right now, and that is going to be the game. So, really, the big hacks was the miss on Hitmonlee, but I'm not gonna bother to Theriumon the entire game out after that. I would have just had to play my Silvally a little bit differently, not reveal the typing until that thing came back in, but he would have actually been knocked out because I would have lived the high jump kick and then Core Enforcer would have knocked it out, of course, so I would have gotten to play Silvally more recklessly, but the big thing was obviously taking damage with the Zygarde, but we're able to win. Spec Zygarde picking up 3 kills right there, which is super cool to see, of course, and yeah, good luck to Chessben moving forward, of course. I know he really needed to win this game to move forward to 4-1, of course, but we're going to move 4-1 right here, and I believe next week we face Jake and his Miami Mimikyu, so that should definitely be an exciting game. He actually drafted like semi-stall the season, so should definitely be exciting trying to break through that. But I did hope you guys enjoy, of course, and I'll see you next time. Later.